Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on.
Step by the V, it's a runway show. Chrome heart frames and a custom glow. Got the Birkin 30, it's the Epsom leather. I'm the type of girl that can change the weather. Millie on the wrist, you can watch the gears turn. That's a different type of money that you gotta earn. Red bottoms clicking when I walk across the floor. Everything I'm rocking, you ain't seen it in the store.
Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Yeah, I be putting that shit on. I
fuck the vibe. Ain't no basic in my closet. Every time I dress, it's a heavy bank deposit. Van Cleef clinking, yeah, you hear it when the wind blow. Cartier stacked on my arm to the elbow. Hop in the color and stars in the ceiling. Bottega Veneta, match how I'm feeling. Maison Margiela, I walk like a phantom. Outfit is speaking, it sound like an anthem. Only exclusive, I don't do the regular. Money keep calling, it's ringing my cellular. They try to copy the way, but it's watered down. I got the heaviest pieces in the whole damn town. From the Goyard trunks to the paddock on chill. If the price tag is crazy, you know that I will. Yeah, you know that I will.
Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. I be putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit on. Putting that shit. Putting that shit on. 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 I ain't drowned in the show. Yeah. The glass king got me. Who that bitch they talking about? Who you calling bitch? Better watch your mouth. Who that? Cause I know a nigga that play with sticks, especially know who you're fucking with. Cute face, gold pin, nice frame, big 10, wordplay, on tilt, unhand me, bitch, that's fine silk, flow switch, quick flip, tongue twist, tight script, they know, I spit, I don't play these hoes, know how I get, they see the frame but they don't see the vision, I'm sitting at the top making all the decisions, I'm the only one that's sitting at my plate, big girl, eat it all, nigga, don't be late, don't be worried about me, bitch, I been doing great, got the hoes mad and they been out of shape, ate it up bad, now it's time to take a break. Who that bitch they talking about? Who you calling bitch? Better watch your mouth. Who that? Cause I know a nigga that play with sticks, especially know who you fucking with. Smart talk, sharp walk, top floor, no lie, things list, riskless. Mention me bitch is a death wish. No pain, no gain, act up, blood stains, head bust, head sprains. I don't do the drama, I just do the digits. Moving through the city, I ain't worried about the critics. I picked the pink print and I method all the physics. Moves calculated, I ain't worried about forensics. Bars gon' flow and you know the shit exquisite. Keep 'em in the dark, they ain't in with the visit. Keep 'em in the dark, they ain't in with the visit. Keep 'em in the dark, they ain't in with the visit. Ain't with the visit, ain't with the visit. Who that bitch they talking about? Who you calling bitch? Better watch your mouth. Who that? Cause I know a nigga that play with sticks, especially know who you're fucking with. That cussing and calling me names, you tripping. So you fucked around and you found out I'm dipping. The bad start and the hourway to good, my boy, you slipping. Yeah. You really need to get a grip in. Shut the fuck up. Yes, be quiet. You don't run me. Nigga, you tried it. Now I'm back to the bag. Yeah, the schedule is tight. Boy's a shadow. I'm chasing the light. Check the receipts. I'm the one with the vision. You just a ghost in my rear view, precision. And I ain't looking back, you don't know how to act. You always on attack, you never cut me slack. So nigga, what's the point? I'm about to roll this joint. I put half on the dice just before I left, cause I ain't with that cussing and calling me names. You tripping, so you fucked around and you found out I'm dipping. The backstab now, I wear the good, my boy, you slipping. Yeah, you really need to get a grip then. Shut the fuck up, just be quiet. You don't run me, nigga, you tried it.